Wickedness is always repaid in one way or the other, and worst if it's the entire village that is wicked. Listen as I tell you a short story of a village that hates a girl for no good reason. This is the story of Folktale. Folktale was a beautiful and hardworking girl. Her mother died the moment she took her first breath. Her father did not touch her. He did not look at her. The women who washed her tiny body said among themselves, "She is cursed," one said. She took her mother's life before she could even drink her milk. They wrapped her in old cloth and placed her beside her father. Her father too turned away. That night she cried, but no one held her. The village had many children, but Folktale was always alone. Other girls learned to weave baskets. Their mothers guided their hands, laughed when they made mistakes, kissed their foreheads when they did well. But Folktale had no one. The boys chased each other through the village, shouting and laughing. When Folktale ran near, they stopped. "Go away," they said. "You bring bad luck." She was never invited to the river. If she came near the fire where women roasted corn, they would move away. At the market, the sellers spoke to her like she was a thief. "Do you have money?" They always asked before she could even open her mouth. Her father never called her by name. Only you and useless thing. He left her to cook, to sweep, to fetch water from the farthest stream. And if she was too tired and slow, he beat her up. Folktale got tired of crying, so she learned not to cry. One night there was heavy rain in the village. The wind was also violent, shaking the doors, pushing dust into every crack. Folktale lay on the cold floor, hungry. Her father had eaten, but she had not. Then she heard a baby crying outside. Folktale ran out. The wind was harsh to her, but she pushed forward. There, at the edge of the village, lay a bundle. She picked it up. A baby, cold and alone. She held it close. The crying softened. The baby trusted her and soon became quiet. But she knew what would happen. At dawn, she carried the baby to the village square. She stood before the people, shaking from the cold and fear. "I found this child in the storm," she said. The village erupted. "Liar," someone shouted. Another said, "She wants to bring another death," another screamed. And another, "She stole it." The village chief stood before her. He asked, "Where did you take this child from?" "I found it," she said. "At the edge of the village in the storm last night." A woman stepped forward and spoke angrily. "We cannot allow this evil to stay among us. She should be punished." Folktale wanted to explain, but they wouldn't listen. They never listened. They locked her in the chief's hut, the village prison. The baby cried beside her. Folktale touched its face. "I will not let them harm you," she assured the baby. That night, when everyone was sleeping, an old woman came to Folktale. "Come," she said. "They will not stop until they destroy you." Folktale followed her, the baby pressed against her chest. They walked beyond the village, past the trees, past everything she had ever known. As they got far away from the village, they turned and saw the village under the moon. The old woman stopped. "Folktale," she said, "do you curse them?" Folktale thought of her life, of the hunger, of the beatings, of the loneliness. She thought of every girl who would come after her, born only to suffer. She turned to the village, a place that had given her nothing but pain. And she spoke, "You have hated a girl for no reason. From this day may no girl ever come from your wombs again." The wind carried her words away. Years passed, women married, their bellies grew. But they gave birth only to boys. And so it remained. Even now, no mother in that village has ever held a daughter in her arms again. And that is the story of Folktale, the girl they hated. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales. Until next time.